You know, at the core of Tales from the Tavern is storytelling. Tales from the Tavern, the way that we share our experiences and our insights with each other. And tonight we've got a great storyteller. And so we are so pleased to welcome back to our stage at Tales from the Tavern, Kenny White. Thank you.
It's not that I don't want to walk you all the way tonight. I got this thing in the morning, alright? I want to be rested, need to look sharp, get a better version of myself to show. The one you said you liked so much a few nights ago. Here's $5, take a taxi or spend it on an ice cream cone. Something sweet like you, but you're gonna have to eat alone. I gotta find something decent to wear. All my crap's so old, I swear. This eye twitch came from nowhere, makes me look jumpy and scared. Like I need a fix, like I get my kicks with sticks so I can get chicks. Damn these ticks, I gotta get out my chic and shave. I'm working on a way to get us out of here. They'll all show up one day, we'll be gone shifting gears. You can't get nothing here but old. We're gonna turn the rust into gold, and it might seem like we're doomed to stay, but I'm working on a way. Plenty, it's just not as urgent. Could you say it a little louder? I don't think that guy in the semi heard you. While we're on the subject, I had another dream about how I get so far up there and can't find my way back out. And when I finally do, I have one less particular. And guys, you know we like things big, if only just vehicular. You suck for saying I'll never change. I suck for never changing. But I'm working on a way to get us out of here. They'll all show up one day, we'll be gone shifting gears. You can't get nothing here but old. We're gonna turn a rust into gold, and it might seem like we're doomed to stay, but I'm working on a way. Bluegrass licks, I'm crazy about the way they sing. I love it when the banjo picks that ding dicka ding dicka dicka ding ding. Hey, come here, look at this map. Maybe we'll head toward Blue Ridge, somewhere south like that, where Billy Joe jumped off that bridge. Well, did they figure that one out? I think it was suicide. It'll feel so good when we can ride, ride, ride. I always think it's nice down there, the trees and the sky so big. Then I get this picture of Ned Beatty squealing like a pig. I'm working on a way to get us out of here. They'll all show up one day and we'll be gone shifting gears. You can't get nothing here but old. We're gonna turn the rust into gold, and it might seem like we're doomed to stay. I'm working on a way to get us out of here. They'll all show up one day and we'll be gone, 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 yeah. Or we're gonna turn the rust into gold, and it might seem like we're doomed to stay, but I'm working on a way. Working on Thank you very much. Sometimes I feel my references are dated, but so are we. Everybody knows a scene from a film from 45 years ago.
Kenny, welcome back to Tales from the Tavern.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. How was it for you tonight?
Good. I didn't know.
How was it?
I didn't know how it was going to be, because I came back without any new songs. So I regress. I go deeper into the older stuff and pretend they're new, and sometimes they are because I don't remember them. But
yeah.
But that's what I did a couple times tonight. I was pulling out songs I never intended to play. You know, the audience was real nice and they were real welcoming, and I just get my signals from them. You know, I came out and I wasn't going to do that, working on a way first, but you sit down there and then everything changes. You know. Sometimes, you know, if you go into a situation nobody's settled down, I 99% will play the slowest ballad I have.
Right.
And then they get shushed enough. Sometimes it works. Usually it works. Sometimes it doesn't.
Ramblin' Jack is the one that taught us that.
Yeah?
In early, 30 years ago, and he brought it as quiet as you could in the rowdiest environment. He said, if they want to listen, they'll listen.
Yeah, it often does work, especially if they're there to listen.
Yeah.
That'll calm them down, you know. Here's a song from my latest record. It's called Long List of Priors. And I watched a lot of Law and Order. It's all usually on in the hotel room. Either that or the 700 Club. And I'm not a big fan of the 700 Club, although I did write a song after watching that too. But it's not this one. This song came about after I spent a little too much time on the internet one month, and I just couldn't shut it off, and it was a big mistake because I was getting more and more agitated, and you know, rather than getting out and tailgating people, and you know, I get to write a song and get it out, and it's much more placid. So I wrote this one. This one's called Cyberspace. I learned about a wedding crash by rebels in New Delhi. I learned about a guy who stashed 3 kilos in his belly. I learned Amelia Earhart may in fact still be alive, and that killer bees in Sicily are learning how to drive. I learned my friends are two-dimensional, every secret written. You don't need to tap their phones, there's nothing left that's hidden. I learned that cats are cute, unless you happen to be a mouse. I learned it only takes a suit to be elected to the House. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity. As goes the human touch, so goes humanity. I learned the world's a lovely mystery. I'm glad to tag along. As soon as someone's sure they're right, that's when I'm sure they're wrong. I learned that it's a better thing to build a bridge than burn it. I learned that people taught to turn the other cheek won't turn it, and that evidence in science, now with that we thumb our noses. The mention of a dying earth, the conversation closes, but pitchforks and streets of gold, that we're gonna swallow. Well, I learned not to judge, but pardon me if I don't follow. You can spend half your life tossing hopes into the air. 2 hands engaged in labor do more than 1,000 clasped in prayer. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity. As goes the human touch, so goes humanity. Well, I learned that looking good may have a lot to do with lighting. I learned about a war or two we had no business fighting. I learned the highest judges in the land can still be bought. I learned if you play footsie with the next stall, you'll be caught. And then you can repent once, but the second time you're toast. I learned the ones most guilty are the ones that yell the most. I learned that people cite the Constitution till they're blue, when the only amendment that they know is number 2. save the unborn through their righteous megaphone. But God help you after the first breath you take on your own. I spent the day in cyberspace. Contagious insanity. Here's to the human race. All of its vanity. I learned that people swallow metal things more often than I'd guess. I learned that less is more, and that I'm sure more or less. I learned that even when you think you are, you're not alone. I learned that Walmart shoppers are a breed into their own. I learned that music I detest is other people's spit. The only time I have agreed, worst lyric ever written. Horse with no name. Plants and birds and rocks and things. Is now severely broken. I learned the best opinions are the ones that stay unspoken. And still I sing this song to you despite my own advice. Believe me, soon it will be over and I'll sing something nice. I learned we got a stack of bills and nothing left to pay 'em. No more things to say and now 100 ways to say 'em. And I'll learn all this in an hour here at Laptop College. So much information and so little knowledge. I learned we need to make time for our husbands and our wives, and that we're drifting far from what's important in our lives. Not you and me, I'll make your motor run, don't you ever doubt it. But baby, hurry up and come so I can tweet about it. I spent the day in cyberspace. Contagious insanity, as goes the human touch. So go. I spent the day in cyberspace. Contagious insanity, as goes the human touch. So goes humanity. I never ever intended to be a solo artist. I was a deadhead. I was into bands, you know. I was the Rascals first, and then the Airplane, and then Quicksilver, and then when the Dead got into my brain, it was like, uh-oh. This is a new conversation. This is like you play something and you answer it. This is a conversation. This is something else. I've never known this with the bands I've been listening to. And I was hooked from then on. Brush against fate at least once a day. At night you tend the ghosts of all the close calls. I can say love scared you the most. Your mother taught you to be tough. Your father showed you tender. But on their own, neither one's enough. Sometimes you fight, sometimes surrender. You're gonna be the one to save the day. I believe that's what you're here to do. But when the lamps go on and the day's work is done, who's gonna be the one to save? You know your story and you know it walk with kings and bums. It's in between the lines you tell, that's where the real story comes. And with a diamond cutter's eye and nothing left to chance, you don't let a soul get by without at least a passing glance. Gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. And though you might lose a step, you'll never be outrun. But who's gonna be the one to save? Hear the sound the hardwood makes, moans and creaks and it bites. I know those floors have felt the weight of 1,000 sleepless nights. Yeah, you do your best to change, they do their best to keep you silent. You can carve into your deepest vein and still be stranded on Monkey Island. Those who live by fair and just are bound to be laid low. Among the few you still can trust, John Coltrane, Hank Snow. So let's just raise a glass for them who time has frozen the page. Today's gone by when men were men and all the world was not a stage. Gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. But when the last drops of bourbon mix with the rising sun, who's gonna be the one to save you? Who's gonna be the one to save you? Thank you. Any songwriters here? You don't have to admit it. This is for you. You sit there all day putting meaning into songs. If you're looking for a hit, you're going about it all wrong. All that psychobabble and mouthfuls of clever, I'll tell you when you hit the charts. How about never? Well, I've studied on this, my calculation's true. Here's a little tip that could work for even you. You gotta sing high, then even higher. Gotta look sensitive, mess up your hair, but not like you meant to. Sing things like you're beautiful, and then repeat the line, and then repeat the line. You're not getting any younger, you sure no pretty face. You got like what, maybe a dozen friends on MySpace. You lost all your blue collar credibility. You Google your own name, you get Kenny Rogers or Kenny G. Now the way I see it, you got one choice to make. Right now you're caught between a folk and a hard place. You gotta sing high, then even higher. Gotta look sensitive, mess up your hair, but not like you meant to. Sing things like you're beautiful, and then repeat the line. Yeah, repeat the line. I tell you what you need, consider it a gift. Before the brass ring is too heavy to lift, you do what I say. You get a nice looking band, you'll soon have the critics eating out of your hand. And don't forget the breakdown. Who wants to hear your politics, you foaming at the mouth? Forget about playing anywhere, even near the South. Maybe out in Oregon, they're still hugging trees, but here we just as soon not think about the world. So please, if you feel you must spout off about your day, could you do it in that pleasing, androgynous sort of way? And sing it up high, no higher, sensitive hair. You're beautiful, it's true. And then repeat the line, 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 repeat the line. Repeat the line, 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 repeat the line. Thank you very much. I was telling somebody before, Robert Plant came to see me last year or 2 years ago in England. And he, his girlfriend said, oh, he's going to sit for about 20 minutes and then he never stays. I did a 89-minute solo show and he never moved a muscle. Then he wanted to take me out for breakfast the next day and he said, how do you write funny songs? And I think he said, I've tried. And I'm thinking, why? You're Robert Plant. You don't need funny songs. I said, I've never tried. And he thought I was kidding, but I wasn't kidding. I've never, ever
Tried to be funny.
sat down and said, yeah, I'm going to write something funny. Never. Bill, are you here? This is for you. I hope. It's been a while. Until you learn to give your heart away. The moon's just something big that hangs above the bay. You won't even notice if it's not there one day. Until you learn to give your heart away. Till you learn to give your heart away. A song is just some pretty words, a melody you play, and comfort is a bottle in some all-night cafe. Until you learn to give your heart. Till you learn to give your heart away. Love will be a visitor, just a guest that couldn't stay. And the mysteries of tomorrow, scenes from yesterday. Until you learn to give your heart Thank you very much. Thanks. Thanks for asking. I like it. I just don't ever do it. How do I put this down? How can I make it clear what I'm feeling now? How I wish you were here. And how do you fit an ocean into a riverbed? And how do I turn your memory back into you instead? I might as well try naming all the stars, or write a symphony in 16 bars. I might as well try naming all the stars, or write a symphony in 16 bars. An agent all these years would have helped. You know, the agencies, a couple of them would come down and see me every time I played. They'd bring their friends and wouldn't get signed. And I think age had a lot to do with that. And I think the mantra for a lot of the agencies, well, it takes 7 years to develop an artist and get a return. What are you going to be doing in 7 years? Well, this was now 20 years ago.
Right, exactly.
And I'm doing what probably 90% of what they were signing then are not doing anymore. And
That's playing and touring.
yeah, you know, and I'm going to do it forever because that's what I do, you know. And I think a lot of them, you know, it's not that the audience doesn't want to hear about all their artists. It's that the people in power don't want to hang out with them. They have no, you know, there's no scene. There's
Right.
no, you know, I had a friend that worked for Interscope, and he was told, you're not looking at anyone over 23, period. That's the,
Yeah.
and it's like they want something exciting. They want, you know, they don't care about the audience.
Oh,
Am
no.
I too bitter?
No, man.
I mean, I'm cynical, but I'm not upset anymore. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
I was
yeah.
for a few years, you know. I said, well, it's not going to happen for me. But that's cool. And I love what I'm doing now so much. I'd love to put 100 people in every place I play.
Yeah. Then you can play.
Yeah, I can't do that in most places, and some. And that's what you're talking about, connecting the dots. Someone had been there when I was in Kansas City with 3 people. And the next night I was in Manhattan, Kansas, 2 hours away with 130 people. Yeah. And same in Traverse City, Michigan, 200 and close to 250. Go to 2 hours south,
Lansing or
10
something?
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was what agents could have done for me. I'm going to do a song I rarely do. I hope I remember. It's on my latest record, but you look like a good crowd to play it for. Caroline bells chime in the mist. You want to give in, but you need to resist. Still you open the latch in case love shows up. One strike of the match, the whole thing goes up. You weep like a willow, you move like a cat. You're gonna put someone's heart out playing like that. Well, yesterday's kiss makes me shiver tonight. Something so crazy and perfectly right. And the jukebox is telling me me, I am just one in a lineup. Hey, where do I sign up? This bar is full of sad sacks, dogs on the loose, beer guts and bad backs from years of abuse. Hey now, don't take your freedom for granted. This song and these hats and the attitudes, man, I can't stand it. Surrounded by water, I'm holding the lifeline, but it keeps getting shorter. Look in this picture, the camera has caught her. 1 foot in paradise, one only sorta. I'm self-medicating and skating up hills. This wine is misleading, I brought the wrong pills. And the piano won't give me a thing that I need today. It's got a mind of its own. Either I bleed or it's gonna play all the same crap that we've heard before, and we really don't need to hear anymore. You haven't cut me up bad enough yet. I got 1 or 2 veins that haven't been let. It's a prize fight, I barely can stand this. I'm still on my feet in the 10th, on my way to the canvas. Till you pull me in, your hands tactily reading my skin. I could count to infinity before I'd retire. This unholy trinity, you, me, and hell's fire. I'm staring at 4 kings and still wanna fold. I got so much to look at, nothing to hold. Well, I'm not gonna fight you if that's what you came for. You know how I feel, so if it's not the same for you, go now, 'cause love never wavers. If you don't see that, don't do me any favors. I wish I liked whiskey more than I do. It sure would help soften the volume of you. And I might have seen the clues from day one when you gave me your heart and 4,000 reasons to run. Thank you very much. You were caught off your guard when my punch landed hard. Innocence gone in one lucky strike. I wish I knew where you were. Camouflaged and hidden deep, I was walking around in my sleep. I don't know what I did. At the time it seemed right, and now I don't know where you are tonight. And I'm crying, and I'm lost. My eyes are burning from the frost, and I'm trying. Yeah, I really am, it's true. But if I don't hear something soon, I don't know what I'll do. You were green, and I was blue when I first spotted you. It's a blink of an eye, from love at first sight to wondering where you are. You're a punk, barely grown. I'm a skunk, too scared to be alone. You should pick on someone your own size. I swear the world is softer in your eyes. And I'm crying, and I'm lost. Wanna burn another bridge before I crossed. And I was fine until love got in the way. Now I only hope tomorrow is better than today. Arm in arm, lips to fingers, let this one memory linger. Here's the point where I usually say good night, sweet dreams.
Let's talk about for just a second Kenny, the producer. Tell me about what it means that you're a producer and what projects you've produced, or artists.
I didn't have, when I was doing the commercials, you know, I would get asked because I used Mark Cohn a lot, and he and I became great friends. We put together a 14-piece soul band, which was fantastic. And we played Caroline Kennedy's wedding. And then I worked on Mark's first record. I actually produced Walking in Memphis, the first two. I think he did 5 or 6 versions of it. And I think I played bass on all of them except the one that ended up. But I played on like True Companion, and I sing the harmony on Silver Thunderbird on that record. You know, we came up with that harmony. And then Sean came to me, Sean Colvin, who I've been opening for, and I'd known for a long time. And she sings a duet on my first record, and she gave me the song "I Don't Know Why," and she said, "I don't know what to do with this. They want to put it on a lullaby album that Roseanne Cash is putting out. Do you know the song?" I said, "Not really." Because all my fans know. I don't know what to do. Would you produce it? So I did, and I took it somewhere else. I took a lot of heat from the folk circuit. I did it more like Sinead doing "Nothing Compares to You" or something. But anyway, it got a Grammy nomination for pop vocal, and it never got on the lullaby album. Tommy Mottola said, "This is going on your album," and Larry Klein had produced the whole record, but they shoved this song on there. Sorry, Larry. And then Peter Wolf. Well, then Holly Palmer was a great artist, lives in LA, was on Reprise. And then Peter Wolf found me, and I was never a big Giles fan. I was certainly aware of them, and when I met him, I realized how deep his lexicon went. I mean, he had every Lefty Frizzell album, every doo-wop album. He had every Merle Haggard album, every Jimmy Rogers album. It's like, nobody knows this about you. He'd have Tim Hardin and Beethoven 6 playing, and it's just like, and so I said, we should try to expand. And we've made four records together that Rolling Stone gave the second one, one of the greatest 500 albums ever made. And we're doing our fifth one together right now.
And I understand on one of those, he wanted Keith to play guitar? Or?
Keith came in, played guitar. He was there all night. We did a Sonny Boy Williamson song. Mick did a song, but he did it at home, but he worked his butt off. It's an amazing vocal. And then he called and he said, this is the mix I'm thinking. He had the piano up way too loud, which I was flattered, but it wasn't right. But he was fantastic. And then Merle Haggard on the next record. And Merle doesn't sing with rock and roll singers, but he heard the song, he heard Peter. They love Peter. Everybody loves Peter, and with good reason. Henry, you wanted to hear something, and this is it. I know what it is. You can blame Henry Diltz. I was having brunch in the West Village of Manhattan one day, and this song came out. I was having brunch alone, fortunately. 5 girls leaning on the bar tonight. 5 tattoos at the small of their back. Since when has our skin become a canvas? I want to ask the one with the cellophane backpack. Yeah, and I think that I might tell her that she's looking like a billboard with that shirt that's cute, but also inappropriate for the season. Instead, I drag my hand across the bar, grab my keys and walk away. Because you can't be crucified for the things that you don't say. There's something going down on 7th Avenue. Some dude handcuffed and down on his knees, and these boys couldn't be less interested. Bunch of Kojak wannabes. Yeah, well, you can shave your head and suck a lollipop and still end up a traffic cop, trying hard tonight to choose between the chocolate glazed and Boston cream. But you can't be crucified for the things that you don't dream. He's lost in austerity in his 40-story tower, rolling in prosperity and grateful for his power. He's no maverick, but he sleeps just fine. And he once told me if he said no 10 times, he'd be right at least 9. I said, hey, if Edison had said no, if Jonas Salk had said no, if Debussy had said no, if Jesus Christ had said no, if Willie Mays had said no, if Shakespeare had said no, if Sigmund Freud had said no, I'll tell you where we'd be. We'd be sicking in the darkness with no one to inspire us. Nothing on TV and even less in the fridge. And we'd be blaming Dad for everything and not even having our Sundays off to barbecue. But you can't be crucified for the things that you don't do. So you might as well put it on the line once in a while. Maybe leave something more than ashes in a pile. You got a brain, you got style, so you might as well put it on the line once in a while. Yeah, well, I forgot my glasses, so it's back to that bar I go. Another chance to tell that girl She shouldn't let some stranger stick a pen into her ass. But no, instead of being helpful, I realize what I really want to do is see the whole tattoo and trace it with my lips, erase it with my tongue, finger paint the remaining Chinese alphabet with the hot fudge that I brought from Boulay Bakery, which took a month to get a reservation. Plus I didn't know I had to slip Pierre a 50 not to be put next to the bathrooms with the pictures of the little hen and rooster on the door. Now I found my glasses, but instead of fessing up, I catch her eye and give a stupid halfway smile and a feeble little nod and mumble something about an early day. But you can't be crucified for the things that you don't. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, Henry. It tells us something about you. I think I've written some better than adequate stuff, and I haven't had to worry about finances because I had a nice career in writing jingles for 18 years. I couldn't make a living doing this.
Right.
I don't know anybody can do it. I mean,
Right.
you don't get money from records anymore. You get 0.3 cents for streaming. You know, it's
0.3, 0.0001.
yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, depending which platform.
Right, but it's the only way you make money is putting butts in seats now, and how many people are going to be able to do that? You know, it's a losing battle. You know, it's humiliating.
It's a shitty paradigm, and we're working so hard to change that part of the paradigm, to change the part of the paradigm from image to essence, from form to content, to just change where the focus of attention is. And thank you, every one of you, for working on it with us, because we feel that that's an important cause, you know.
No, you're few and far between things like this. You know, it just doesn't occur. You know, I told you today. You know how many promoters in the land are sitting there with checking out lights, checking out the sound and sound check. One, you. I'll play a couple more and leave you. This song I wrote in 2015 after we lost a lot of musicians that year. I started with Bowie, it kept on going. Half from Marin County, Dan Hicks, Paul Kantner after that. It was just bizarre. I wrote the song about that and mostly about thinking of someone I was planning on losing fairly soon. This was on the latest record also, on Long List of Priors. This is called The Other Shore. There's a time, early evening, the city shows its mercy. Lines are cast through the river glass as the sun sinks into Jersey. And on my left, the lady glints, the copper torch of liberty. On my right, the faded prints of where you stood so near to me. Through window panes as thin as thread, you can hear the peals of thunder. And I've spent hours sitting there, confusing love with hunger. Today my longing knows no limits. I'm held by what I cannot hold. Stay with me for just these few more minutes and keep me from the cold. Soon the car will come and take you, and I will have to let go. For just one more chance to make you laugh, I'd give the world, you know. I have not always shown my best. I've wounded those I most adore, but all is well, safely rest. I will meet you on the other shore. Thank you very much. It's just a great crowd, and I'm really, really happy you're here tonight. Thank you so much. Thanks for Ron and Carol for having me. Henry, Arthur. Thanks to Dan and Debbie, as always. I'm going to try another request from you, but I haven't played this in a while, too. It used to be the franchise, but... Thanks again. In my recurring dream, we have a daughter with a boyfriend, with a mustache, with a taste for younger women. Like our daughter, he has this little habit. When he tries to make a point, he points his finger, which if it had not been eaten by a table saw when he was 23, would really help to emphasize his point. Instead, we are distracted by the sight of the missing joint, and no one hears a word he says. In my recurring dream, yes, in my recurring dream, I give a man a $20 bill, 'cause he likes Smokey Robinson and lives on the street, but still will never confuse the temptations with the miracles when he walks in the grocery and he hears them on the radio. And I'm sad he's on the street, but glad he can feel the thrill when Tracks of My Tears comes on, and then Blueberry Hill. So here is my $20 bill in my recurring dream. Yes, in my recurring dream, and this one comes too often. There's a plane filled with people with carry-on coffins, and I don't know all the rules regarding karma, but I suspect that when the good outweighs the bad, some automatic self-protection kick in. But here you got this plane, and as it starts to rise, I can see the panic in every pair of eyes. The silent voices calling in slow motion, trapped, falling and falling. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, get out of bed, cheer up. The sun is straight overhead. In my recurring dream, I was 11 when it started. I'm standing in my backyard shooting arrows at a target, while inside the house my mother, now remarried, since last night's untimely death of my dad. She leans over the couch where he she's still lying to kiss him. And it's not that we are ghoulish, it's just that we would miss him. So we leave him there a little while longer. And a good thing too, I guess, 'cause dying's made him stronger. And 3 days later he gets up to watch the news. And the news is often bad, and the news is often sad. I know a lot of us are happier when we're sad. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Get up, get out of bed, cheer up. The sun is straight overhead. In my recurring dream, I am working with my brother. We are drawbridge operators and cannot see each other as we pull the ropes that raise the road. And this cloud above me, it suddenly explodes into a million little lullabies that fall into my ears. They steal my attention, but they take away my fears. So when I slip off the rope and fall through the icy waves, I realize it's not Jesus, it's music that saves. And the fish swim by me with faces like goats. I sink into the darkness, but I still hear all the notes. Yeah, I do. In my recurring dream, I'm saying what I feel like to anyone I feel like, and I don't care what they think of me. To any girl I feel like, and I don't care if she'll sleep with me. I like what I feel like, I like who I've come to be. And I'm locked into the moment, and I love with all my might. And I'm giving all I have, and I'm fearless of the night. And I'm trying to be hopeful, not holding on so tight, but I'm not giving up the fight.